We shall after this session discuss on prioritization. But before we delve into that, we need to understand what epics, features and stories are. What is epic in agile development? In agile development, an epic refers to a large body of work that cannot be completed within a single iteration or sprint, and is too big to be easily estimated. It is a way to organize and manage large-scale initiatives or features. Epics are typically defined early in the project or product lifecycle and are later broken down into smaller, more manageable user stories for implementation. Here are some key characteristics of an epic in Agile. 1. Size and scope. An epic represents a significant and substantial body of work that spans multiple sprints or iterations. It is larger in size and scope compared to a user story. 2. User value. Epics usually deliver value to end users or customers. They typically represent a major feature or a set of related features that provide significant functionality or address a specific business need. 3. Iterative development. Although an epic cannot be completed within a single sprint, it is developed incrementally. It is often decomposed into smaller user stories or tasks that can be implemented within shorter time frames. 4. Uncertainty and exploration. Epics often involve a certain level of uncertainty and exploration, especially in the early stages. They may require research, prototyping, or further analysis to understand the requirements and technical implications before breaking them down into smaller pieces. 5. Prioritization and planning. Epics are prioritized based on their business value, strategic importance, and customer needs. They are typically included in the product backlog and considered during sprint planning or release planning activities. 6. Cross-functional collaboration. Developing and implementing an epic often requires collaboration between multiple teams or disciplines. It may involve coordination between product owners, developers, designers, testers, and other stakeholders to ensure a holistic approach to delivery. 7. Traceability and management. Epics are tracked and managed throughout their life cycle. They are assigned unique identifiers or tags for easy reference, and their progress is monitored to ensure timely completion. It's important to note that the specific terminology and usage of epics may vary across different Agile frameworks and organizations. Now, let's discuss what features are in Agile project management. In Agile software development, a feature refers to a distinct piece of functionality that provides value to the end user or customer. It represents a specific capability or behavior of the software product that addresses a particular user need or requirement. Features are the building blocks of the software product and are typically represented as user stories or use cases. Here are some key points about features in Agile. 1. User-centric. Features are designed to deliver value to the end user or customer. They represent the functionalities and capabilities that fulfill specific user needs or solve specific problems. 2. Independent and testable. Features are designed to be independent and self-contained. They can be developed, tested, and delivered as standalone entities. This allows for incremental development and enables the delivery of value in smaller iterations. 3. Prioritized. Features are prioritized based on their importance and value to the users or customers. Prioritization is typically done by the product owner, considering factors such as business value, user impact, market demand, and strategic goals. Cross-functional. Developing and delivering features often requires collaboration among different roles and disciplines, such as product owners, developers, testers, designers, and other stakeholders. Cross-functional teams work together to design, implement, and test features. 5. Iterative development. Features are developed incrementally, with each iteration building upon the previous work. Agile methodologies, such as Scrum, promote iterative and incremental development, allowing for regular feedback, adaptation, and continuous improvement. 6. Measurable. Features are designed with peer acceptance criteria or success criteria that define how their completion will be evaluated. These criteria ensure that the feature meets the desired quality and functionality before it is considered done. 7. Traceability. Features are tracked and managed throughout their life cycle. They are often recorded and tracked in a product backlog or feature tracking system, which helps with prioritization, planning, and monitoring progress. It's important to note that the specific terminology and usage of features may vary across different agile frameworks and organizations. However, the general concept remains consistent, that is, features are the functional building blocks of the software product that deliver value to the end user or customer. What is story in agile development? In agile software development, a story, also known as a user story or user story card, is a concise, informal description of a software feature or requirement from the perspective of the end user or customer. Stories are used to capture and communicate the desired functionality in a simple and understandable format. They serve as the primary unit of work in agile development and provide a means for collaborating with stakeholders, prioritizing work, and delivering value incrementally. Here are some key points about stories in Agile. 1. User-centric. Stories are written from the perspective of the user or customer. They focus on what the user wants to achieve or the problem they want to solve, rather than technical details or implementation specifics. 2. Independent and valuable. Each story represents a valuable, standalone piece of functionality that can be developed, tested, and delivered independently. Stories are typically prioritized based on their business value and customer impact. 3. Simple and specific. Stories are meant to be brief and concise, typically consisting of a short sentence or two. They capture the essence of the desired functionality without going into excessive detail. 4. Conversational and collaborative. Stories serve as a starting point for conversations and discussions between stakeholders, including product owners, developers, testers, and customers. The goal is to ensure a shared understanding of the requirements and to elicit feedback and clarification. 5. User acceptance criteria. Stories are accompanied by acceptance criteria, which are specific conditions or tests that must be met for the story to be considered complete and accepted. Acceptance criteria provide clear guidance on what needs to be done to fulfill the story's requirements. 6. Estimation. Stories are often estimated in terms of relative effort or complexity using techniques like story points or planning poker. Estimation helps with prioritization, capacity planning, and release planning. 7. Traceability. Stories are tracked and managed throughout their life cycle. They are typically recorded and prioritized in a product backlog, and their progress is monitored through various agile ceremonies and tools. It's worth noting that the format and structure of user stories may vary across different agile frameworks and organizations, but the core purpose remains consistent, that is, to capture user requirements in a concise, user-centric manner and provide a foundation for iterative development and value delivery. Questions. 1. Could you explain with illustrations what epics, features, and stories are in Agile? 2. Could you explain how these are related to Agile ways of working?